G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of U-BOAT on U-764. The date is the 4th of August 1944 and we're leaving the port of La Rochelle. We're on our way out towards the Atlantic in search of enemy convoys. Hopefully we're going to make a name for ourselves today. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the previous episode where we rescued the Kriegsmarine official just out of Spain. Not my favourite mission to have done, but it was one that was on the board and we wanted to get rid of it. And it was good to experience it either way, but it was a real ordeal for me to try and get through that mission. Hopefully you guys liked it. It won't be as good as when we do something like the gold retaking though. So here's the map. We've done that Kriegsmarine mission there. So we're heading out to the last stand. We've got 22,000 tons in there already, but we want to try and get that up closer towards the 100,000. We're off to BE5 and BE8, and we need to sink a total of 7,000 tons, which should be easy money. Hopefully we can pick up a lot more than that. One nice big convoy would be great. We can try and dismantle. If not, it's just going to be bits and pieces. Well, we're just coming out of La Rochelle here, and there seems to be a lot of activity. I do wonder if this is all still here from coming home for the previous mission, because there's a lot of individual boats here. But there is also the possibility that they might just be fishing boats or something in the area. Okay, the man on the hydrophone has managed to pick ourselves up some propeller noises. We've got 5 to 12 ships here. So we will plot a course, intercept, see what we're dealing with. Hopefully it's a whole bunch of enemy freighters, possibly an escort or two, but we'll just have to wait and see once we get there. And we'll pick up the best targets that we can, and if we can, we'll dismantle this whole convoy. But we'll just plot the interception course, we'll chase them down, get ourselves in a good position to fire. So here we are, we're closing in. We'll come to a stop here just to not be seen. Doesn't look like they've got much of an escort with them, so it's just a whole bunch of freighters. Nice big Liberty here. Definitely want to be targeting that. What else do we have? Just an Empire. Well, that's deck gun material right there. Another Empire. Where's all the big ones? Another Liberty. That's perfect. So we will start on the solution here. We'll use the lead Liberty. That's going to be our main target. And I might go for the second Liberty at the same time as well. Do we want to use that? No, we don't want to use that. We'll use what we're actually going to fire at, which is this Liberty right here. So we'll lock on. Recognize you straight away. And we know that you're probably doing 7 knots, but it's always best to check. So we'll get the distance as well. And I haven't worked out what they're doing off the what direction they're traveling yet, but we'll start the clock now. And we'll stop the clock right there. Perfect, 7 knots, just the usual. Now, what direction are you traveling? So we'll grab ourselves our protractor, north to south, find the intersect. Okay, 124. Take that away from 360. Leaves us with 236. And my maths working backwards is always terrible. So much easier when you just do the protractor line and it tells you exactly what it is when they're heading between 0 and 180. That's alright. If there's an easier way, let me know, because I always sit here, what is that, minus, whatever. Okay, so we're definitely targeting that Liberty. That's within range. What about this other one? It was quite far back in the pack. So we might have to just sink this Liberty and then dive down, stalk the convoy, clear the other Liberty, and then after we've got rid of that one, it looks like it's just going to be all on the deck gun here. Yeah, this one looks quite far away actually. Double check though. pretty much an easy solution. It's all easy once you work out the first boat, and then it's just a case of typing it all in for the rest of the convoy. And so there's quite a few freighters here. Another Liberty there. So it's 3 Liberties and 4 or 5 small freighters, which are all deck gun, obviously. So we'll let them close in a little bit and then we'll pick our shots. Seems a little bit suspect that there's no escorts with these guys. No destroyers, no corvettes or anything. That's good for me. I don't have to worry about trying to sneak away from them and being depth charged, but just a little bit strange at this period of the war. You would think they would have something. So they should be close enough now. Just double check our Liberty here. As long as she's under 5 kilometers, then we're pretty much good to go here. And we'll also have to double check the other Liberty. I want to try and get a two strikes here while we're in at periscope depth. I need to change the distance of the lot, WT, whatever that is. Tube 1 and 2 away at that Liberty. Close that down, and we need to quickly pan around, find the other Liberty, which should be pretty bloody close to us by now. That's this one. Double check where you are. Right about there. A little bit closer. So we'll set ourselves up a with the tool here, a little ring. 1.6 kilometers is the difference between them. So once our torpedoes hit that ring, that's when we'll fire our second lot of torpedoes, and that should give us 2 hits, and hopefully it'll be enough to sink both ships. We'll have to wait and see about that. We'll just speed up a little bit of time, not too fast, because I often end up missing. There it is. So Tube 3 and 4 will go away on this Liberty. Like I say, hopefully we're going to get 2 ships sunk here, and then we can use a deck gun. Well, we got 2 hits on this Liberty. You can see the other Liberty just in the distance on the horizon there. So if we just keep watching, we might see that we get hits on that as well. Looks like our timing wasn't perfect, and if it's not perfect, then that ship's obviously slowed down, doing some evasive maneuvers. So if we can move out of the way in time, or stop quickly enough, then those torpedoes are just going to run away on us, which is a little bit unfortunate. But looks like this Liberty here is in real trouble. Massive fire on board. The crew are already in the boats, so this one should go down. And the tower is in the way, so I can't see if we actually have had hits on that other one, but it doesn't look like it. There's a bit of smoke in the background, but I think that's just from the chimney. Well, we'll just double check the speed of this Liberty cargo now, because we've been stalking with it for a little while. She's already evaded 2 of my torpedoes. I don't want her evading 2 more. We don't have enough to go with that. So let's see what she's doing. Okay, in the back of the boat. Stop the clock there. 7 knots, perfect. Now, Tube 3, Tube 4. They can go to the left. And we just put the range up a little bit, as long as it's past what the ship range is. We don't want it turning around too soon. Tube 3 and 4, fire away. Well, this evasive Liberty, she has taken a hit, which is great. Looks like we must have had a dud. So that's 4 torpedoes fired, 1 hit. I do wonder, can we just quickly suss out another solution? She would have obviously changed her speed and stuff right now. Yeah, torpedo was a dud, unfortunately. Well, I think if we can suss out another solution for her real quick, we could probably launch another one. We might be able to get the job done. It'll be 5 torpedoes for 1 Liberty, which is gonna hurt. You know, we wanted to sink quite a few ships out here today, and we've already wasted quite a few. Just see how bad that damage is going to get before we have to do that. She hasn't taken anywhere near as much damage as she should have. Should already be at the bottom of the water. But such is life, and I think we're too close to home to even request a resupply. So we can only really use what we have on board. Now we just need to check her speed and distance, and then we can probably launch another torpedo. I don't often do a secondary attack when they're still on the move, when they're spooked like this, but we have to give it a go. Okay, stop the clock. 4 knots. Yeah, she's slowed right down. So tube number 5 is what we're going to go with. Hopefully that's going to be enough to do the damage. If not, it might be a deck gun job from here on out.
North!
Good success there. Bit of a fire coming up. Just gotta hope that that's going to be enough to put her right down to the bottom. Like I said though, if it isn't, they'll definitely abandon the ship, and if it's just left here floating, then we can always mark down on the map where it's going, or where it is, and we can come back and finish it off with the deck gun. But it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a deck gun frenzy now. Plenty of Empire ships that we need to sink. Don't want to be wasting any more torpedoes on those when they don't have any protection, so we'll... And she goes down, that's great stuff. Oh, she's in trouble now. She's about halfway down. A few more shots and she should be done. She is a Norwegian ship, but that doesn't really matter to me. If you're in the convoy with the enemy, then you're part of the enemy in my book. So there's quite a few ships in here that we're going to have to try and sink. With the deck gun, we want to try and save the torpedoes if we find another convoy that leaves us with a few more in the hold. Yeah, and hopefully we're going to have enough deck gun ammunition to finish this job. Yeah, she is in real danger now. One more shot and she should definitely be going down. I think she is anyway, but we'll go one more. Alright, that's her taken care of. We'll, I think we're close enough to pick up some survivors, so we might as well. We've got the captain and an engineer, and we might as well see if we can fill the boat up with survivors. Just gives us a little bit of extra points when we get back to the base. Now who's next? So let's head off in this direction and we'll cut them off. Get right in the face of this one closest to us. And we'll blow that to pieces, and then I'll have to have a little look at the rest of the convoy just to make sure that none of them have any guns. If they've got guns, we might be in trouble. But so far it just looks like a bunch of Empire bells and Empire towers. So we'll work our way through this. I'm not sure when I edit this, I might just speed it up and put some music over it. I'm not sure if you guys like to see that, or if you'd like to see it all in real time, you'll have to let me know in the comments. I know in an episode recently I did just speed it up and put some music on, but well, I'll have to see how I feel about it when I come to do the editing. So she's another Norwegian ship, but like I said, that doesn't really matter to us. It's all points at the end of the day. Just adds towards the tonnage of the outing. It's always good to go home with a bigger number. And if you're in the enemy convoy, then you should be going by yourself. So a couple more shots and she should be going down. She looks like she's in real trouble. Heavy flooding already. Haven't really had much of a fire though. Would be good to get a fire on board. Just saves ammunition. Looks like we've got enough, but there's a few big ships to take care of. They do eat up the ammunition sometimes. This one, I think we'll do one more shot just to make sure that that flooding really takes over and puts her down.
Sie sinken.
Well, there goes another Empire. So I think there's still a couple more of these to take care of in the convoy here. So we've got 4 more targets. We'll go for the one at the front first. They can't all evade us, and we can chase them down if they do. Looks like a couple of bigger ships just behind, but it shouldn't be a problem for us either way. So we've got ourselves a British Empire here. At least we're attacking the right type of ship this time. So we'll work our way through it again. She looks like she's listing hard to port there. Yep, she is in some pretty serious danger. A couple more nice shots to the body and she'll be going down no problem at all. And if we can get fires on, that shouldn't matter too much now. Just need to sometimes make sure that you put extra shots in so that it just doesn't end up sitting dead in the water. You have to come back anyway to finish it off, so one more. That should do the trick. She will go down nicely. Now we do have a fire on board with it as well. Better late than never.
Höhenbruch, Sie sinken.
There she goes. It's another 3,000 or so tons to the tally. So we've actually sunk quite a bit here today already. Still plenty more. We've got the ammunition, we might as well use it. No point letting these guys run away. We've had a couple of outings where we haven't done too well, so got to improve on that right now. So we might have to move a little bit closer to this ship because the weather's not really on our side. It's a little bit rocky out here. We'll put a few shots away if we can though. So we'll just, again, just work through the motions. Firing away. Get a few hits on that. We're obviously getting closer as she is to us as well. Sometimes it feels like they shouldn't take as many shots as they do, because they're a bit stubborn, some of them. Sometimes my shooting's not on point, but I would say the amount of hits that we've had on it should be sitting further in the water than this. Fire on board though, that's going to help us out big time. Hopefully it's going to spread. So yeah, another 2 or 3 more shots and she should be in real danger on her way down. And that'll be another 3,000 tons to our tally. So it's going well. Have to see what's behind them. Behind this ship in the convoy. Might be a deck gun job. So we'll have to boost over here now. Try and catch up to this guy. The one behind us looks a bit big. I don't want that one getting away from us, so we'll just mark out this position. Hopefully it goes down by itself while we take care of the one that we're approaching. And then we'll come back for that one behind. So we've got another British Empire. So let's work our way through the motions. It would be a pretty tough job being the gunner on a U-boat, especially in weather like this. You'd be rocking all over the show. You'd want to be doing this on a calm day for sure. Calm day with a good crew. You wouldn't want to be moving. We're running pretty low on ammunition right now with the deck gun. So if you're new to the channel, I don't know what you know if that means, but we do have some anti-aircraft weaponry on this boat. I don't see any aircraft in the area, but they've got high explosive and armor piercing ammunition, so we might have to use that to finish these ships off. Yeah, so we've only got 2 rounds left on the deck guns, so we'll get the captain up there on the flak. Just we're not really in the best position for it, but we'll put a few shots into this. Might have to reposition. We'll just turn the rudder left a little bit. Get a bit more side on. While we get close enough to the ship, we'll just keep popping shots if we can. Don't really want to be shooting the guy who's up there on watch though. Lucky friendly fire isn't on this game. But any chance we get, we'll pop some shots. And we'll just keep working away at this one. Well, we're slowly drifting in there. We got plenty of ammunition though, so we can just keep shooting. We've even caused a fire using the anti-aircraft gun. Love to see it. This isn't a new thing for me. I've done this in a previous playthrough before. Got to do what we can to ensure victory. It does take a long time to wear these ships down using this method, but you've got to use what's at your disposal. I don't want to waste a torpedo, and the last few rounds of deck gun ammo should really be used on something else, if possible. Might just be enough to set the next ship up for another run on this gun. Well, we're almost there. All her health is gone, she just needs to take on the water now. But we'll keep putting some holes in the side of it, make it into a sieve. Would be nice if we can get another fire on. Not sure if that's going to happen, but the crew have abandoned. So it should just be a case of emptying some rounds into this. Looks like she's going down. Got a fire on board just as she goes down. Pretty typical. There we go, that's another 3,000 or so. So we've got a ship over there in the distance. Better turn around and give chase. Actually, should we finish that ship off first? Now we'll close in on the moving target first. Alright, we're down at periscope depth here. It's actually a Liberty, so we don't want to be trying to use the 3 rounds of deck gun ammo that we have, and definitely don't want to be using the flak gun. So this is going to be a torpedo job. So recognize this as a Liberty. Course hasn't changed from before, still 236. Double check the distance, should be well within our range of 5 kilometers. And speed I should check because it hasn't been too long since we were using our flak gun on the surface. So we'll stop the clock there, 8 knots. Okay, so she doesn't seem to have calmed down completely. Now, are we going to be able to, is it going to be accurate enough? I'm just a little bit worried that by the time we shoot the torpedoes, she may slow down in between us firing and the torpedoes getting there. So maybe we should just chuck in 7 knots. Our torpedoes are cold, which isn't ideal, but we'll launch them anyway, and we'll just have to pray for the best, and hopefully we'll get a hit here. So tube 1 and 2, fire away. Okay, looks like we only got the 1 hit there. Bit unfortunate. Maybe one was a dud. Probably quite likely, seeing as both torpedoes were cold. Didn't really have a chance to make sure they were warmed up there, really. So yeah, not enough damage dealt with that torpedo. Unfortunate. Means we're going to have to line up for a second attack here. Not having much luck with the Liberties today. There was the other one which took 5 torpedoes, I think it was, before we sunk it. So I need to... I just don't understand. How can 1 torpedo hit and 1 keep running? Must have gone just behind. Maybe it was doing 8 knots and not 7. But yeah, we'll line up and we'll come back and get a second strike on this one. Right, we're back with the Liberty. You can see she is listing hard to starboard there. So we're just redoing the solution just to be sure. 7 knots might not be ideal at the moment. She might be doing a bit more. And we'll stop the clock right there. So 9 knots apparently. I'll probably change that. We'll go 8 knots. Because hopefully by the time the torpedo starts to travel, she does adjust her speed. They do fluctuate quite regularly as it is. Tube 5 away. Alright, great. Got a hit there, so that should hopefully do a fair bit more damage to her. She's already had 1 solid hit. Normally a Liberty can only take about 2. Sometimes they do want to take 3, but this fire looks like it's growing. Only 50% of the health is gone though. So we do really need this fire to take over. And that will do the rest of the damage for us. But yeah, absolutely shit luck with the Liberties today. Oh, there we go, damage has gone right down. Fire's kicking off. Absolutely crap with the Liberties. Don't know what I was doing wrong. Possibly I did misjudge the speed of 1 or 2, but I don't know if it was enough to... There's like 5 torpedoes for the first Liberty, and this one here has been... What, we fired 2, hit 1, 1 kept running, fired another one, missed, and then this one, so that's 4 torpedoes. So we wasted 9 torpedoes on 2 Liberties. Not good going. Alright, that Liberty's dealt with, so we've got to finish off this freighter that's still floating here in the water. So we'll just get nice and close, and up on here with the anti-aircraft gun again, just to finish it off. Can't imagine it will take too many shots to put down. Might be a little bit far away here though. But we'll just click on the ship here, just so we know how much health it's got left. It's hardly anything. Just short bursts into the hull of the ship. Try and put a few more holes in. I'm not sure if we'll be lucky enough to catch a fire on this, but I think I might move in a bit closer here. There we go, we got a fire on. That's going to be quite helpful for us. We'll just empty a few rounds into the ship just to help it along. Hopefully this is gonna, yeah, that should be enough to do it. Fire should take it down from here, but we will just put a few more rounds in just to be sure. Help speed up that process.
Alarm abgebrochen.
So while we wait for that ship to sink, we'll just talk about the channel for a minute. Just recently hit over 100 subscribers, so thanks to everybody who's subscribed to the channel from the beginning or even recently. It's been a long time to get to 100 subscribers. It's been 2 years. That's why I do it though, so thanks for that, and I hope you're enjoying what you see, and hopefully bigger and better things in the next year. Well, we're just in the patrol zone, clocking up our kilometers, and we got a message from BDU. They want us to sink a ship with some crucial prototype on it, but I think we are probably going to have to let this just run on past because we don't have any torpedoes available, and by the looks of things there's far too many ships for us to even try and get in amongst. We don't have any deck gun ammo or anything, so unfortunately that's going to be a miss for us, and a few less tons towards our final count. Well, we're back into port now, and Gunther Zack gets his medal, and Friedrich Weber gets a medal, and also Jürgen gets one. We progress slightly more towards our next one, and we did get a second medal there as well, which is cool. So 50,000 tons sunk in the last stand. We've achieved that. We're up to 60, pretty much 66 there. That's pretty cool. There's a little list of what we've sunk. Quite a bit actually. Fair few tons in here. So we've got the Liberty. They're all freighters here today, so that's a lot of tonnage. A couple of Norwegian ones, we probably shouldn't have sunk those, but no big deal. Well, that's about it for today, guys. Got nothing else that we can go ahead and do without it being a separate video, so hope you enjoyed it. Plenty more for us to do in the coming videos as well. Still a little bit of time left before the end of the war. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.